Imagine a land covered almost entirely in ice. No big cities, no infrastructure, barely 57,000 people living in that island. And yet, this single island is powerful enough to drag the world into a major world war. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I'm talking about Greenland. When Donald Trump said that he wanted to acquire the land of Greenland for US national security, many people laughed. It sounded absurd, like a business joke taken too far. But to be very honest, this wasn't just a joke at all. Greenland may look like a frozen wasteland, but to be honest, it is one of the most precious pieces of land on earth right now. Do you know why? The answer actually lies in something that most of the people ignore. Here's why. The first big reason is geography. If you look at the world from the North Pole instead of a flat map of the earth, you will notice that Greenland suddenly lies at the center of everything. It literally stays in the middle of the United States and Russia, the two biggest nuclear rivals on the planet right now. And this makes the Greenland the gatekeeper of the Arctic. Now, as the global temperature rises, the Arctic ice is melting up, because of which it has led to the formation of new sea routes. New sea routes are opening up, but one of the most important of them all is the Northwest Passage. As we know that today, global trade depends on some choke points like Suez Canal and Panama Canal. But the world has already seen that when a single ship was stuck in the Suez Canal, it led to the destruction of the whole global supply chain. Now, out of this, imagine a route that cuts thousands of kilometers off the major trade journeys. London to Tokyo through the Northwest Passage is nearly 2 weeks faster than the traditional routes. This means less time, less fuel, and massive profits. And Greenland, my friends, sits right next to this route, controlling access like a toll booth. The second big reason is the nuclear defense. You know, guys, in the modern warfare, the warning time is everything. If Russia launches a missile right towards North America, the shortest path would be over the North Pole, and the radars of the Greenland would easily detect the missile and give an early warning to the US within 15 to 20 minutes of time. Now, this may not sound like much to you guys, but honestly, in nuclear warfare, these 15 to 20 minutes only decides whether the missile is going to be intercepted or treaties are going to disappear. And from Washington's perspective, Greenland isn't optional. It can rather act like a shield for the US. And the third reason is the resources. Under the ice of Greenland lies an enormous amount of untapped wealth. The Arctic is estimated to hold around 13% of the world's undiscovered oil and nearly 30% of its natural gas. And it is believed that Greenland has oil reserves comparable to the oil reserves that the United States has right now. That's not just energy, that's leverage. But frankly speaking, oil isn't even the most important part of the world right now. The real fight is over the rare earth minerals. Greenland has massive deposits of rare earth elements, the materials required for building electric vehicles, wind turbines, smartphones, and advanced fighter jets. And when I say advanced fighter jets, I mean fighter jets like F-35. Right now, China dominates the supply chain. And if the US gains control over these rare earth minerals in the Greenland, it can break this monopoly overnight. And that, my friends, changes the balance of the technological power. So if Greenland is rich, why is it still poor? The answer is that all of this wealth was locked under ice all this time. And climate change is slowly changing that. The Arctic is warming nearly 4 times faster than the rest of the world. The Greenland is losing its ice at a historic rate. That has made mining and shipping possible for them first time in the history. In simple terms, what was once unreachable has now become available. The Greenland has turned from a frozen wasteland into a geopolitical prize. So now let's come to the main question. Is the US actually going to invade Greenland now? Realistically not. A direct attack, a direct invasion on the Greenland would be disastrous. Greenland actually has ties with Denmark, and Denmark is a part of the alliance NATO. So if any military action is taken by the US, it would lead to massive alliance crisis. But the US may not need force. Greenland has a right to self determination. Denmark currently provides $600 million annually to Greenland to support its economy. A smarter strategy would be economic persuasion. So, what can US do now? Offer Greenland's independence, replaces the Denmark funding with more money, jobs, infrastructure, and security guarantees. If the US is unable to do all these things, it will gain military and access over the rare earth minerals of Greenland without firing a single shot. On the newspapers, Greenland stays sovereign, but in reality, the influence shifts. And if diplomacy fails, pressure tactics like strategic isolations, trade control, and sanctions could follow, which could lead to the pulling of other global powers into the Arctic race. This is why, dear friends, Greenland matters. Not because of ice, not because of people, but because it controls trade routes, nuclear defense, energy, and the future of technology. Greenland is no longer just an isolated island. It has now become one of the most important strategical locations in the 21st century. And the battle for the Arctic has already begun. I hope you found something valuable from this video today, guys. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you like the video, please subscribe my channel and follow for more.